Moving on.
You mentioned Nella Rose.
Yeah, so I'm going to. We had a celebrity influencer. I don't really care about her, but she's big in UK. But you speak this one off because I feel like this is more your.
I can't lie. I love Nella Rose, man. Yeah. I love her energy. Like I feel like it's hard. I don't really watch I'm a Celebrity no more. That was more so when I was younger. But obviously Fred, I'm sure you watched First Dates before. You know the presenter, the French guy.
Yeah, I know
First Dates. That's the guy. So she had an encounter with.
Yeah.
Basically, they got into an argument, and obviously he's a French guy. So English isn't his first language. That's another thing I was thinking. So just to paraphrase, I think they must have gone to
very blunt people. They just say things.
Yeah, he must have said, "I'm your dad."
I'm old enough to be your dad.
No, apparently, but I don't think he said that. But he said, "I'm your." But basically, he said, "I'm old enough to be your dad." Obviously, these guys, when they're on I'm a Celebrity, a lot of them don't know each other like that.
Yeah, they don't know their personal life.
So yes, yeah. So especially background, they might not even know who you are, let alone your background. So then, because obviously Nella Rose they're from two completely different sides of content.
Different worlds.
Yeah, different worlds basically. So the brother said, "I'm old enough to be your dad." Nella's obviously, she's
lost both.
Unfortunately, she lost both her parents. Her dad's the most recent. I think she grew up with her dad. She lost her mum when she was young, I believe. Obviously, apologies if I get that wrong, but she's lost basically both her parents, which is probably she's still young. That's the crazy part. She's still a young girl. Bro, she's probably like mid-20s.
Mid-20s, 27, 28 max, yeah.
She was like 22 the other day. I remember when she started a YouTube channel. Had her YouTube channel. So this is when back when we were in like sixth form or something. So like, yeah, the young girl's lost her parents. She's obviously reacted in a way whereby it still affects her. Because, bro, losing them, I wouldn't even want to know the pain what it's like to lose my mum or dad. So the way she's reacted, of course, she's reacted in the way that she reacted. A lot of people say she overreacted. In that situation, when a guy said he's old enough to be your dad, that doesn't know your past, I can 100% understand what he's saying, because he's probably thinking, I'm twice your age, which he probably is, and plus, and you're speaking to me in the way you're speaking, whereby it's like, whoa, like, let's respect our elders here, which I completely agree with him, because I wouldn't, the way, even sometimes I might feel like to, I wouldn't, there's a certain way I'll handle a situation speaking to someone older than me. Yeah, so
especially if it's the first time you met them, so you'll go give them the benefit of the doubt.
So then, she reacted in a way whereby a lot of people seem like she overreacted. Did she handle the situation well? No. However, who am I to tell someone how to react when you lost both your parents? And the guy after as well, he went back to her, and then he was like, do you know what? I'm sorry that you lost your parents, because this is when he found out. I didn't mean it in that way, which of course I'm sure he didn't mean it, because we hear all the time when older elders say I'm old enough, or people that you hear older people say to someone that's young, I'm old enough to be your father, or whatever. But I'm sure in that situation he said in a way whereby it's like,
he would be nice. He was just
like, you need to respect me or talk to me in a certain manner, basically. And so when he found out, he apologized. He even offered to give her food, and she decided to be ignorant. That's whereby I feel like, okay, that's because the reaction whereby that I'm old enough to be your dad, that can trigger something. Like, she's lost her parents. Like,
at the same time, we to determine how far trauma can affect.
Even people, I'm seeing people that have lost both parents say that she overreacted. That's cool, but obviously everyone reacts different. Like, there's certain things that I think people overreact day to day in this world, and to me it's nothing. But to me, some people, that's massive.
And like to me, when you lose your mum early, bro, there are some things not having your mum around. People stuff like reacting emotionally. Most of my emotions, the way I move, is from my mum. I don't know about you. I'm just saying, I've learnt through my mum the way to react. So her being a girl, especially not having a mum around when she was younger, she might not have had that grace to learn, okay, this is how you resolve such a situation. So
but I feel like over time, I feel like we need to give someone like Nella, like Zizi said it about giving people grace. Like someone like that in that situation, I understand she overreactive. I think over time she'll realize that she could have handled that. Because you gotta remember, none of these people she knows. None of these people look like her. I hate to play the race card. None of these people look like her. She don't see them on a day, or they not even forget about race even. Put that to the side, because I don't like bringing that into too much. But she doesn't know none of these people, so there's no one there in her ear. Like, you know when you have your brethren be like, yo, like, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, come on, man, like, listen, this.
Calm down.
Yeah, tell us to calm down. Like, I'm sure he didn't mean it that way. He basically just meant probably like the way you were speaking to him. And it's just about being accountable. So obviously when you're in that sort of environment, it's like, you might not be able to see things in a certain way. Because you know how, for example, just every day, like when you're around certain groups, you might act a certain different way. Whether people say it's fake or whatever, it's just how we are as humans. You just programmed in a certain way to just act in certain ways. So yeah, I feel like in general, I feel like she did overreact, but I feel like at the same time we have to give her some leeway, because at the same time it's not easy losing. And she's young. Yeah, it's not easy losing your parents.
My issue with it really was, from you said, when he came to apologize, offer her food, because if I made sure I watched the video twice actually before. When you watch it once, but I watched it twice.
And he seemed genuine. Fred seemed like a proper genuine brother. He seemed like a genuine brother. He doesn't
you see the fatherly aspect that he has, where he was even if he knew, and that's when you know a real man, where you know you're right, but for the sake of diffusing the situation,
he went and apologized.
You have to go and apologize.
Yeah, I rated that highly for him. That.
My thing is, when she said out of her own words, I'm paraphrasing here. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Where she said, she slept and she was like, she woke up, she said to herself, you know what? Yeah, I realized that. I thought she was going to say I realized that was wrong. She said, I realized. Like he's taking them. And I was like, what? And that's my issue. Like,
and I was like, Nella, come on.
Trauma is it is impossible to examine, determine how someone reacts to. I can't come here and sit here and tell you,
because they're all programmed different.
And I spoke to a woman because I was like, okay, let me see this woman side. Like, I spoke to my female friend. I was like, cool.
Their females disagree with her.
So she was like, cool. Nella's wrong, but she said at the same time, as a girl, yeah, the things we take emotionally, like maybe even the word parent triggers her. And I never thought of it like that, because I was like, because she was like, or even that, because she was like, when you use both parents and the fact you don't have one, that word itself, Nella could have associated hate and hurt and anger towards that. So I was like, you know what, cool. But then my friend said the same thing as me, where it's like, but you going to sleep, waking up, and still moving the same, that accountability, there is no excuse for that, because Nella is older, mature enough to realise. And the fact that people, not even a man, forget him for other people trying to go to it and explain for him, like, cool, he didn't know. Like, he didn't know. So then when you've heard that, you then go to have some internal, like, looking and responsibility about you and saying, you know what, yeah, maybe on my side, I might have gone a bit too far. And that's fine. You know?
Yeah.
And that's fine. And I feel like, again, I don't like the media outrage of, cool, if you don't like Nella as a person, again, her personality is somewhere where you either hate it or love it. She's got a big personality. So that's what I'm saying. When people are like, I'm like, they're not really bullying Nella. Yeah. Some people just aren't used to her type of personality, which is fine. Remember, we're only 8% in this UK. What we see as normal in our communities.
Less than that, I think.
Huh?
I think it's less than that.
It might even be less. But
8% sounds high.
And that's my point even. So imagine the majority of white British people watching Nella's personality, they're gonna say, "Bro, this guy is loud." So whatever. My issue is when they start being racist. Like, obviously, that's
using that as an excuse to be racist.
Yes,
that's the bit that started annoying me.
That is not needed.
And it's like, come on, let's just stick to the situation.
Man.
Let's not try and stray away and bring other.
But you know when I knew it was bad? When Mandem started, not even Mandem, just people in general started sympathising with Nigel Farage, is when I knew, Nella, you've lost it, bro.
When she started arguing with Nigel Farage, people... No, but at the same time, that conversation, though...
They stitched her up.
That conversation, they stitched her up. But at the same time, the points he was arguing...
was correct. She was
correct,
way.
But she didn't word it and she didn't explain it. Because remember, you're talking to a politician right now.
So I'm saying this girl... Nella was the worst person.
Yeah.
And that's why when Fred did it, Fred
because then he couldn't he didn't even know what he was saying.
And I was saying to my friend, you man sympathise with one of my boys said, Steve, I can't like Farage making sense. I said, brother,
you stupid.
This guy's a don't lie, and my brother had to apologise. I said the same guy that said Brexit, when Brexit went through, actually left the party and was never to be seen again. Why? Because he knew he messed up. The money he promised to the NHS, is worse off.
The devil comes to kill, steal, kill, and destroy. Man,
John 10:10.
Yeah. And then
he left. He
left.
Bro, and I said, bro,
he caused confusion in the country. I left.
I said to my boy, think about it like this.
I said, nah, this brother.
That's like you investing in something. You've invested, then you take your money out when you realize, and I said, bro,
pump and dump.
That's what he did.
Pump and he bought.
People are forgetting. It wasn't like a week. The same day Brexit went through, brother left, and the party died because he said, bro, I think I messed up.
He's on demon time. Real life demon time. He's on demon time. He came in, he caused confusion, destruction, and he left. And do you know what the funny thing is that when Fred broke it down to him about, for example, just on a simple business level,
UK don't make their own food,
and that we need European countries and the food and everything. He was like, the reason why Brexit was good because now it means that we're on our 2 feet and we're strong and we're independent. This is what he's saying, independence. Do you know what he sounded like? He sounded like them women saying, I don't need no man.
That's what I was going to say.
I don't need no man.
That's what Fred was like. Independence isn't doing things yourself.
How else do you fucking get pregnant?
I feel like people need to understand the word independency don't mean getting stuff yourself. That means you're just affluent and proactive. You need independency is about sustainability. Independence isn't doing anything yourself. You can't do anything in yourself this world. Independence is sustainability. What I have, how long can I sustain it and what can I do with it?
And what system do I put in place that's
going
to help me do that?
Sustain it. That's independency.
A man said, let's... Oh, man. And then this stupid Middle England...
English beef is the worst beef, bro.
Middle England... Oh, don't get me started on them lot. Them lot north. I told you, we're not...
Where do you think England grows rice? Someone in this country tell me where England grows rice. Where in England do we grow rice? Rice is the most eaten carbohydrate in England. Where do we grow rice in England?
What weather?
What weather? This
English weather, grey skies. You think grey skies 24/7 is growing apples and pears and all these? Bro, these people.
These man can't even grow long grain rice, bro. Long grain, the tough rice.
Can't you?
Talk about basmati or tiger rice, jasmine rice.
Useless, man.
Brother, it's. But again, Nella got stitched up because. I get her emotion, but this is why I say sometimes, the Bible says it. The verse says, "Be slow to speak, be quick to listen, and be slow to anger." Sometimes the best way to beat someone in an argument is let them speak, dissect what they're saying, and when they're done, you speak. When you're just shouting, it just sounds like you don't know what you're saying, and you're just emotional.
And don't get it twisted, because it's crazy enough. I went to my work conference yesterday, and because I work in the private sector, we take on NHS patients. To take off the load of the NHS, because because it's getting to the point where, and the CEO, when he was speaking in this conference, even he said that, listen, the NHS, he said the finance wise they're so bad, it's like he can't believe it because he's obviously, he looks at our numbers and obviously he's got to balance books, make sure that we're doing well. He said when he's speaking to certain higher up guys in the NHS, this is what he's telling us in the conference, that listen, these lot are like he said that the next general election, in fact, is going to be crucial because now it's going to be a thing in the next few years in the NHS. He said this winter even, it's going to be bad because now, do you know what they're doing? Whatever service whereby they feel like is not as major.
Yeah, it's non-critical.
It's non-critical. Now, when someone comes in, it's going to be like, nah, sorry. So like stuff like hernias, example, when someone has a hernia that's growing in you, instead of even if it's a small one, instead of them removing it straight away, they're just gonna be like, no, sorry, it's not really something that's
paid medication.
That's critical, It's just about managing it. It's just about managing it. Yeah. So then now is a thing whereby, like, it's just in tatters. Doctors, everything.
But everyone's moving abroad. People are getting degrees, moving abroad, doing 2 years study there to converse and to stay there.
And after the protest, and this is everything I'm being told is everything I'm saying is being told, is being passed on to us in a conference to let us know that, listen, that basically let us know that we're good because obviously they need us, the private sector, because that's how they're going to be able to deal with all these people. Is that, you know, when doctors were striking, all these nurses were striking, doctors, the payouts that they were getting in total was like over 1 point something billion. Yeah. So imagine now they're having to pay out this money because obviously they're underpaid, and then now that means they're even more in a hole. Because you got to remember, just business wise, you got
money coming from
exactly the money coming in and out. You got to be able to balance the books. Yeah. Obviously, if people are unhappy, and they're demanding a payout, and you ended up you have to pay them out because they're striking, and the unions are coming together and saying they're threatening you. You have to pay them. Obviously, you end up negotiating and going for a settlement. Now all of a sudden you're gonna just give in to shut everyone up.
Well, conservatives are ruined this country.
Bro,
conservatives. I was watching the news yesterday, right?
Bro, that's why David Cameron left.
Yeah.
And this is how you know the country's in tatters. David Cameron that left after Nigel Farage destroyed. Now they're calling him back. And he's what, the Home Secretary or something like that?
It's crazy. Basically, Prime Minister, second in charge.
But Rishi's just.
Rishi doesn't know what he's doing. He actually doesn't know.
I feel like he feels like. Listen, I feel like he's done as well. I feel like he knows it though, because I feel like they all know that the country's in tatters.
Conservatives need to go, but my issue is Labour's leader.
He's got a similar mindset to Conservatives.
Yeah,
but slightly different.
But he is not a leader. Jeremy Corbyn got done. We know why, but I believe if he right now was Labour leader, this country would be looking better off. But
it all depends on what aspect, though.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is that. So let me say this here. So I was watching this yesterday. Conservatives got a group of people. Oh no, BBC got a group of people. Obviously, all conservatives. They're saying why the migrant crisis, why they need to shut it down. So there was a Chinese ladies, or let's say South Asian lady, and yeah. So there was the East Asian lady and the South Asian lady.
Yeah, God.
Cool. Both of them said, cool. Yeah, we need to. They said they want to completely shut down migrants, but the man said, even though you're a migrant as well, the migrant scheme is why you came.
But we're all migrants.
And then she said, yeah, but he said, but what's the but you came on the same scheme? But she was like, we need to raise the level. He said, why? He said, for there to be more better skilled people, because now they're not. But I'm like, fam, the same people.
You know. So this is why Nella's point was good, but she didn't articulate it properly, because as she mentioned, a lot of the nurses are African women. Not only African, they're European women. They're all migrants, basically.
Not the number one migrant from the country in the world.
Who is it?
What do you think it is? I'm asking you for that's it. That coming to UK. From what country do they get the most? Nurses, doctors, everything. Students.
I know it's definitely from Africa. I feel like it's either that, or I want to say Polish, or I want to say South African or Zimbabwe.
It's Nigerian, bro.
Is it actually Nigerian?
It's Nigerian. BBC
is it? They said it's Nigerian.
Bro, there's Nigerians everywhere, bro.
Oh yeah, I know there's Nigerian everywhere, but
so the same people they're trying to vilify is the same people that need the doctors, the nurses, the warehouse.
And don't get it twisted that all these immigrants, they're open to being
exploited for now.
They want to be trained up.
Yeah,
but their hunger's different. So these people, instead of, because at the end of the day, whether they like it or not, less and less young people are interested in this shit.
It's true.
Because now a lot of people are seeing that there's no money in, or then a lot of people aren't even willing to go through that process of grinding and being trained.
Bro, 10 years of medical school for minimum
to be earning £12, £30 an hour. Like, come on, man. 15, like minimum wage. Minimum wage.
It don't make no sense. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, them man are willing to do the work. And this is what the man was saying. But you man are saying you don't want migrants, but the works and jobs that there is out there, you man are willing to do that. So where's the work gonna come from?
That's the problem.
But yeah, it's crazy to me, bro.
I was like, yeah.
Brother, we just need someone who has no ego, that genuinely has the best of the country, but it's hard to find that, because to be in politics, you have to play the game. To even get to where...
as we said, it goes back to what we said at the beginning. To be able to get to that certain level, it comes at a cost.
It comes at a cost, bro.
And you got to play that game.
And I hope that God just brings someone up where it's like, cool, I've set this man, because if it's not from God, then we're finished.
God, just help me and the people around me to just progress. The government are going to be the government. They all cut from the same cloth.
And then I'm telling me about student loan. Please.
Don't get... Oh my gosh, I spoke to someone about how much I got taxed this month. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Couldn't believe it, bro.
Guess how much... Guess how much I got taxed this month.
How much?
I'm going to end it on this. Guess. Just say any number.
5K.
No, come on now. I'm not that rich yet.
I'll say a K.
No, just over. Like 1.1.
1.1?
Yes. I got taxed 1,000.
Just for the calendar month?
Yeah, just for this month. Yeah, just for the calendar month. Some people are getting taxed. Some people are getting taxed that in a year.
Hey, yo, that's too, my friend.
Bro, that's some people's wage. I couldn't believe it. I said, what?
Okay, IRS.
I felt sick.
IRS, you're not smooth. You know what you got to do? You got to start hiring your family, bro. They'll pay that money back to you.
Oh, bro, that's... Oh.
Put it back in the cost. You say that's part of the cost. They give you back that bread. Bro. Like Shaq said, you got to save all your money. All the phone bill is from your business, so they'll pay back to you.
That's episode 45, man.
Yeah.